Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Kenny Nwangu now out of his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be. Right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. First down, here's the run with Cook. He'll get it across midfield down to the 49. The Vikings at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
And I like the way that this team is winning football games because they're doing it the way that coaches love to preach. Penalties at a minimum because they've been very disciplined, very focused in their business.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Cousins now from the 50. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
A run there with Cook on 1st down, but it won't net him much. Maybe a yard. 2nd down coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On third down, Cousins. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
And this one is right through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead.
Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? As that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Jones throw there, complete to Mooney.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter.
Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Inside handoff. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing Jones. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them. And not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they got a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Now Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The coverage we just saw break out on third down. Down defense, rocketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's Cousins. Got a man open. It's Sutton. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Cook following the penalty. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Here's Cook again.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted.
And it will be Falcon football.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
From the 36, Jones trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Now a hit and a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Time for a sin, and you know he's taking a deep.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
First down. Here's Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Falcons will take over here just shy of the 30.
You got to know as a quarterback it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts?
So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top.
As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. They haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that.
Barkley hit and the ball pops free.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
He's now lost fumbles in back-to-back weeks, and of course you remember last week's game, such a close affair that hurt
Hurt him in a big way, and it is so key to take care of the ball, because remember, the team making a few mistakes usually wins the game, so you got to take care of the ball, lock it away, high and tight, as you often hear from running back coaches. 4 points of pressure, fingertips, forearm, biceps, sternum, or chest, put it away.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Again, it's Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and reconnects on the field goal here.
I'm sure it is that the kicker you can depend on, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Yeah, well, the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones buying time to his left. Well, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. Jones.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. To throw is Cousins. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something because we're into the 3rd quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And now a pass dumped off to his running back.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Up the middle with Franklin. And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. It's a give to Barkley. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him.
Harrison Phillips on the stop. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 5. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete.
Well, they were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Jones from the gun on third down. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And it's incomplete. They can't convert. And they turn it over. The Falcons go down, and it doesn't work. The Vikings defense is going to get the free. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
Following the interception, Cousins to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Man open, it's Tony. He's got it.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. He seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to throw again. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Jones. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Play number 9 set to come here in the drive on 3rd and 2.
Here's Jones.
And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down, touchdown, and this game's over.
So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Jones escapes the sack. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football, with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
66 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
On second down, Cook. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively?
Yeah.